The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Stutter! Damn it!
Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Feel Good Friday, August 9th, 2024, this program starts now. Football! Oh, that sounds so good. It feels so good. Last night there was a couple games. Most of us could only watch one unless we had NFL Plus, which is a fantastic app, obviously. But only one of the games was watched by a majority of the people, and both of them kind of had the same story. The damn weather not involved. What are we taking away from the first preseason games? Well, I think there's a couple highlights that we'll certainly go through here in a matter of moments. I also believe there's some things we can take away from some of these younger players. Did they look composed? Did they look confident? Were they bitching? Were they a problem? No. Check all the boxes. Last night was a success, and now we move forward to 3 games tonight in a weekend slate of football with some starters playing in a spattering attempt of games. So the NFL is all the way back seemingly, and we have all eyes on the NFL season starting in just, let's head to the Toxic Table at Boston Connor.
27 days.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Huh?
We're close.
Let's go. How many till college football?
15 days.
Oh, my, 15 days. Now, I'm not the smartest person. 1 week is 7 days.
Yep.
Correct.
15 divided by 7 is 1/7 of 1 is.
Bingo.
Right?
No.
So we are just over 2 weeks away from college football happening?
Yep. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
We can make it 2 weeks to anything.
Simple.
We've been able to grind and battle through a bunch of sports that have stunk and acted like we were interested. We have talked about storylines that are not real as if they were real because we had to in the moment of the time of the offseason. But just how many days?
27 days for NFL, 15 for college.
Then we'll get a chance to go ahead and chit-chat and have our lives be totally consumed by actual football, in actual hunts, in actual chases of championship trophies.
That's right.
Life is beautiful.
Hell yeah.
At Ty Schmidt, it's not just football that's happening in this particular offseason. The Olympics have continued to show up and show out for us in a time where normally we don't have anything. Training camp normally comes around and we get all jacked up about pads getting put on. And then about 3 days into training camp, we go, this sucks, okay? Hate everything we're talking about here. Don't like the injuries that are taking place. Don't like the seasons that are over. Don't like the holdout drama that's taking place between teams. I like how much action, obviously, the holdouts and the drama brings to us, but it normally gets tiresome quick. The Olympics have been able to hold our attention a little bit.
Yeah, they have.
Whenever there's been a little bit of a drought in stuff that we don't want to talk about, the Olympics have been captivating. They've been mesmerizing. The Olympics have been wonderful. And yesterday, I think, was maybe the biggest day for the Olympics since it started.
Yeah, without a doubt. And kudos to the people who schedule the events in the Olympics because I think we were all talking about it. We were kind of getting Olympic fatigue in there when you get in like the middle of the second week. It's like, okay, we've watched so much. We're kind of, ODing on Olympic coverage. But then, boom, yesterday we get, arguably, I mean, just speaking for me personally, and I think a lot of the guys on Team USA echoed the sentiment. Like, I'll remember watching that game with you guys in here for a long time. That was one of the most incredible. I mean, it made you feel proud to be an American. Yeah, should we have blown it out?
Proud to be an American.
Where at least I know I'm free.
And we win.
And it was an incredible game. And getting to see Steph and KD and LeBron at the same time, I mean, it was amazing. I'm all the way back.
Speaking of let's go to the game that's going to be talked about for centuries, generations, decades at least, with Team USA battling against Serbia. And I'll tell you what, these itches got better since the first time we played them.
For sure.
These itches really started balling. And these itches were not going away whenever our greatest were battling. Yesterday will be forever remembered as the Steph Curry showed up for the entire United States of America game. It started out early. He had the rock. First quarter, Steph Curry in the corner. Steph Curry shit, balls in the air. FIBA, how you doing? Keep it moving. But look at the scoreboard. It's 15-13. All of a sudden, still in the first quarter, 27-20 as Steph Curry puts in 17 points. So Steph has a hell of a first quarter. It does not matter because that particular man is still playing basketball for Serbia. That's Joker. That man that just buried that three. Bogdanovic doing the Raygun to Carmelo Anthony and his son sitting courtside. Should have done that. Should have done that. You disrespect Melo. You disrespect Braun. You disrespect the United States of America. And all of a sudden, the boys woke up. We're talking about like a 34-20 or something like that, fourth quarter deficit. The flip of the switch happened, and the United States of America started getting greedy on both ends of the court. On the offensive side, obviously, it pissed off Carmelo. The beast LeBron took the tape off his eye and went crazy. But as we were cooking, as we were playing our best ball, these Serbs did not quit. Right there, we take a 1-point lead, 87-86. They huck up a three. Is the situation get a little tight for Serbia? Oh, no. Braun, board. Coast to coast, reverse layup. We're up three all of a sudden. What happened to the Serbian teams that weren't missing? What happened to the Serbia team that weren't making any mistakes? Steph Curry, steal, coast to coast layup. We're up 5 in the fourth quarter whenever we were down 15 with 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. Everybody was talking about maybe this was going to be the worst loss in the history of USA basketball, and there was a chance it was going to happen because that dude was making plays from the beginning until the end. 91-89, who do you put the ball in the hands of? Kevin Durant gets to his spot multiple times late in the fourth and knocks it down. Joel Embiid had a massive game both defensively and on the offensive side. Steph Curry goes crazy, almost breaks an Olympic record of Carmelo Anthony, who is sitting courtside. LeBron James has a triple-double, and now we head to the finals to take on Wemby and the French in France. Should be electrifying, and I loved everything about that game.
Yeah.
It was awesome because you could tell that the boys cared.
Yeah.
You could tell that the boys were coming together. You could tell that the boys were setting the ego aside and saying, hey, we got to get this win. Tatum still doesn't play, which was certainly being questioned for about 3.5 quarters.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As we're watching shit happen, we're like, so Tatum can't? The 6'8" guy who can guard everybody, make any shot, and give in. We can't find a role for him. Steve Kerr, this guy's the worst coach in the history of coaching. What the hell's supposed to do over there? Is anybody talking? Is Ty Lue saying anything, Steve Kerr? Why is this going the way that's going? We're going to be playing for bronze? We're going to be playing for bronze?
Thanks.
And then all of a sudden it all clicked. And they all started playing great ball. And it was almost like an emotional moment for all of us here.
Yeah.
And Ty talked about watching. It was real. We were completely plugged in, dialed in, watching that entire game. And for 3.5 quarters, we were bummed out because we know what has been said about these American basketball players by everybody seemingly over like the last 3 years. This is the world's game now. The world has caught up. It is no longer the United States of America's game. The boys heard that. Steph Curry acknowledged it. And in the biggest game against the best player on earth in Joker, what everybody says, okay, which makes sense because of what he is and how he is, they get a massive comeback victory and go into the finals, and now they're going to take happiness from the host country. It is a beautiful thing. Let Kevin Durant chit-chat about it here immediately afterwards in the family room, I do believe, after this historic win.
Come on, man. How can you not celebrate a win like that? Look at all our families in here. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this about, you know what I mean? We all come together as one on the other side of the world like this. Starting USA chants, our section starting USA, man, special tonight, man. So we got to celebrate. I'm not going to act like it's not, you know what I mean? I know we want to win a gold, but we got to celebrate the small moments, too.
Where a game like this kind of brings you even closer, right?
Guarantee you, everybody here, they'll never forget about this night. Everybody here going to remember this night for the rest of their lives. That's how special this is. And because we came back and we showed how together we were in that fourth quarter.
He's seeking a 4th gold medal, obviously, in the Olympics. He would also say in another interview, like, this is the best team I've ever been a part of. And he also talked about how tight the team is. And if you saw in front of him, there was like 4 Lipton iced teas there. Yep. Lipton iced tea, a lot of caffeine. He said we're going to enjoy this night. He enjoyed the entirety of the night.
Yes, he did.
We found out on Twitter he had time. And he was hey. I mean, he was hey on people till 6 a.m. local time.
Correct.
So Kevin Durant had time last night, especially for the American folks that potentially are Nuggets fans that were pulling for Joker in Serbia to beat the United States of America. Kevin Durant didn't have any time for that bullshit, as he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
It's the Olympics. Now,
It's despicable.
I will say, Sidney Crosby with Canada,
Don't do that.
you know,
Don't do it today.
when he scored, like immediately as he scored to beat the United States of America, sick. I mean, like no angle. I go, Sidney Crosby, so good. But then I immediately go, fuck him.
Yeah.
But there is that moment where you're happy for the guy who has brought so much to your town and to your team. So the Nuggets fans openly cheering for Serbia, I don't love, but I understand where they like Joker. And on the flip side, I completely understand where the Durantula on the defensive side yesterday, breaking it down, getting to a spot clean. I mean, we're not even thinking about touching. I also love that he's dunking on him for America. He also came out with a quote, said, what did he say? A lot of bullshit happens in America, but a lot of great things happen in America too. It is cool to watch everybody buy in to the moment the Olympics is. It's not just this. Simone Biles was Snoop Dogg. She was at a track event. She said, it's the first time I've ever got to watch an event. It feels like the Team USA is really taking it serious, and America needs it.
Yeah.
So, hey, men's basketball team, feels like you're almost at the forefront of this, and because you're the biggest stars that are ever there. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking win the gold, boys. Let's go win the gold, boys. Let's take those Frenchies' happiness. Let's thank them for their hospitality. Seems like everywhere, every event is sold out, filled up. Feels like people are going to talk about these Olympic Games as if it was a great bounce back after COVID and everything like that. So we appreciate what the French have been able to do. Poop in the water, some other stuff that happened. That's always going to take place. But I think it's time to let the French know it's our sport. And they might have Wemby, and they might have Gobert, and they might have some others.
A couple other French.
But let's go ahead and let's win this thing, boys. We're proud of you. Thank you for making America proud, and thank you for representing for all of us.
Hell yeah.
Legitimately.
Good work, boys.
Let's head over to Hammer Dahn with some more Olympic updates. Tone Diggs, what do we got, pal?
Yeah, Pat, let's start in the 200 meter final, men's final yesterday. Where Noah Lyles was looking to be the first American since Carl Lewis in 1984 to win the 100 and the 200 gold in the same Olympics. And tell you what, he came out. His entrance was electric. He just didn't get it done on the track, though. I don't know. Someone said something about maybe he had some breathing issues. I'm not sure.
He had COVID.
He had COVID.
He tested positive for COVID before he was introduced. He actually had a mask on because he was in a confined space. Then he came out, did his celebration song and dance because of how confident he is, how explosive he is, and a lot of people are holding that over his head. They're saying, well, if you were sick, you had COVID, which we hope he survives. By the way, remember, that's a big deal. Nobody was doing that with the NFL. We were the only show, check it, only show in the history of sports during COVID. Whenever somebody would be announced that they had COVID, everybody's like, well, they're going to miss 2 weeks. Miss 2 weeks? What about the rest of their life?
Hopefully he doesn't miss that.
Let's hope they survive.
Okay.
Please. Now, it turned out I don't think anybody in the NFL did. Thank God.
Dodge that bullet.
I mean, it got real loud there for a bit.
Thank you, Jesus.
There was a chance. We lost a lot of people, but the athletes in the NFL, hopefully Noah is okay long term. You know, they COVID long term too. You can. I've learned about that. You can get that for a few years or whatever. I think for once again, there's no DR in front of my name. Gonna have to ask one of those. But the fact that Noah Lyles did have COVID, it wasn't announced until after the race.
Right
after. Because the night before, Noah's guaranteed a victory.
Yes.
He did.
They guaranteed a victory.
Yeah.
And overnight.
Said I'm going to run him down no matter what.
That's his thing. And then he came out and did the whole song and dance beforehand.
Yep.
Does the race. Then he loses. It was going to be tough for anybody to take it serious. But then he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah. He was.
So we need to remember.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
COVID's not. I mean, that would suck to be a sprinter with COVID. But maybe the night before say, I'm running tomorrow with COVID.
Yeah, why
so
not?
then we kind of...
that'd be cool. Set
And
expectations.
don't do the whole entrance where like you waste a lot of energy.
I think keep the mask on for the entrance so it's more of a...
And the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the race.
Come out with some chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, chicken noodle soup, smart idea. Maybe some...
blow your nose.
Well, some horse paste, maybe, if it helps. Just come out and really,
So was the wheelchair, did he get COVID, Toe?
Well, we don't know yet. That's what we're saying.
Chance.
We don't know what's happening. Also, half-ripped thing. Wasn't even able to rip the whole thing.
Right.
No.
So, like...
He's weak.
It's a big time.
I didn't like the amount of people that were celebrating Noah losing. Okay, now Noah's asked for it.
Sure.
Noah has talked shit on a lot of different sports.
He's a world champion.
A lot of different athletes. Has done a lot. He's brought a lot of attention to himself, but he's also brought a lot of honor to the United States of America.
Amen.
Yep.
Right? A lot of honor to the
First
United States
time
of
in
America.
20 years they won the 100-meter.
Bingo. And the reason why is because of his work ethic on the little things.
Yep.
That is why. Yeah, bingo. That is why we win. So let's make sure we also celebrate Noah Lyles while saying, hey, no, you asked for this.
Yep.
What you're allowed to do. You know, you're allowed to do that. That's going to happen in sports forever. Go ahead, Tom.
And bronze, nothing to sneeze at. Kenny Bednarik, the fellow American, got silver, and Tobago won that. And Tobago actually had some things to say about Noah Lyles after.
Really?
Yeah.
Not great.
What do you
I
have to
think for me, I can't be the face of athletics because I'm not an arrogant or a loud person like Noah.
Jesus.
So I believe Noah is the face of athletics.
So Bednarik was sitting there next to him, Team USA member, just
Yeah.
going, "Geez, you're saying
Yeah.
you're saying the inside part outside right now." You know, these are inside voice. So then I wondered whenever I heard that. Thank you for reminding me that he said
Yeah.
that because I was like, English must be like second language. So he probably arrogant, confident. You know, those are probably in some languages words that are next to each other. And then we did the research, and turns out,
Yeah, they do speak English over there, and then the national language, I believe, is Sudanese. But most people in Botswana do speak English.
okay, so he meant every word he said.
Yeah, he knew what he was saying.
Yeah, and Bednarik was like, pretty valid.
Nailed it.
Well, he got second. They're not talking about me. They're talking about Noah. But Noah also, not just arrogant and loud, produces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a
Can
whole
be.
that's a whole nother piece of it, you know. And I'm not cocky. I'm confident. So when I tell you I'm the best, and when you tell me I'm the best, it's a compliment
Right.
or whatever. You know, is the bar I think from back in the day. Ooh, I should have remembered that better and easier and quicker. But nonetheless, he's backed it up for America for a long time. 200 meters. It didn't look good.
No.
Because there was a time in there where we were like, oh, this is when Noah,
Yeah.
Go time.
Pulls away here.
just like we've been seeing from the Hawker.
Exactly.
And we've been seeing it from the other races.
Quincy Hall, I
We've been
believe.
seeing Quincy Hall in the 400. This one, we've
Yep.
been seeing it. Noah just didn't have it. He's been battling COVID. Chest hurts, head hurts.
Yep.
Probably has been a little bit drowsy, a little bit Dahn.
They dumping.
Because his pre-race song and dance was nowhere near as electrifying as the 100.
Right.
So maybe we should have noticed then, like, ooh, pizzazz, a little lower.
Yeah.
Lower pizzazz than normal. But people were burying him, Tone. What else happened in the Olympics yesterday?
Yeah, we didn't get gold there, but we did get a few golds on the track yesterday. We'll start with Cindy McLaughlin-Lavrone, who is she hasn't lost a 400-meter hurdle since 2019. She won gold in Tokyo.
Hell yeah.
She's only 25 years old, too, so there's a good chance she's going to be back in 28 in LA to defend her title there. She won there, and then Tara...
World record, right? I think
Yeah,
she had
her
a
own world record. Yeah, she broke her own world record there. I believe she'll be competing in the 4x400 as well, trying to get gold there.
Need it.
Tara Davis Woodhull, she won the long jump yesterday for the U.S. as well. And then in the 110-meter hurdles, which that was awesome. Okay, we won gold and silver in there. Gold went to Grant Holloway, who just put on an awesome performance for the U.S. there. So we got 3 golds there. We are down in the gold count right now, though, to China.
What?
But
To who?
China,
Son of a bitch.
they're up by 2. But
2?
But we still got all the track. We got basketball. I think the diving and I think the ping pong and all that stuff is over. So I still think we're gonna do it, Pat. To be honest with you.
Put that graphic back up, please. Okay. So this is as of this morning. You said they're up 2 now, so they've gotten another one?
Yep.
So 32-30, they're
hell?
currently up. And I'll tell you, I guess we should have expected this, but I'm going to tell you I didn't. Yeah, I did not expect this at all. I thought we were going to win it all. And there's some events that China just clean sweeps.
Big time.
And that's kind of what we've been doing, though, with track.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to keep that going. Breaking, we're going to win.
Well, yeah,
No doubt about it.
I would think so.
Right? I mean, Tone, that is a guarantee that we get the dub
Yeah,
there.
we watched some of that this morning.
Brand new sport.
Yeah, I think there's a chance Azkaban or
Logistics.
Logistics. I'm thinking logistics.
What?
I think logistics.
Is this
I think there's
Harry
a good
Potter
chance
movie?
logistics brings home the gold for breaking. I think this should definitely be an Olympic sport.
Okay,
Tony.
Tone didn't sound as thrilled as the breaking community was for the debut of breakdancing as an Olympic sport. The line wrapped around the beach twice. They packed out those bleachers that they put in that public space, and thank God it's not raining because I couldn't even imagine a little stickiness on that particular surface. I will say, watching them do this is certainly something you go, whoa, to. But then you wonder to yourself, how are they going to score this? Well, good news. Ty did a full dive into how they're scoring it. Ty, how will they be scoring this particular?
So they basically made up a bunch of words that they're going to be using. But amongst those things,
would you say mumbo jumbo?
A lot of mumbo jumbo. I think that actually is one of the
No,
key
I
things
didn't
that they're
know.
looking at.
No.
Vocabulary is huge. And I know you're thinking like, oh, they end this like a rap battle, like and get out like a thesaurus and then go, toe to toe and see who can come up with the best words. No, vocabulary is basically your command of a long move set. So are you doing a bunch of different crazy shit to really show like, yes, you're a master of breaking. That's really how they dive in and decide it. And what's even cooler is you got these announcers on here who. Same deal, are just acting like they're, the best of the best. They've been around this, doing it for a long time. Maybe they have, but this is the first time we're ever seeing this. So, you're watching it feeling like a real jackass because, like, a guy will be like, and look at her just absolutely nail that freeze right there. That's a pitch perfect freeze. We have no idea what they're talking about. These guys, they know. They know what vocabulary they need to be using.
Musicality, I saw.
Yeah, musicality is obviously.
Because everybody can break, but tying it back to the song is.
Yeah, so if you're vibing.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have rhythm plus also the ability to.
Right.
So, and I assume the Jabberwockies are Team USA here?
Yes. They now logistics. I don't know if that's like a Jabberwocky alternative because she's a force to be reckoned with out there. But yeah, the Walkies. Rumor has it though they're not going to be able to dance with their masks on.
So they won't be there
because that affects the vocabulary, the musicality, and whatnot.
So I guess in a sense they're like a DJ where you don't really know who's underneath the mask.
Sure. Yeah.
So what if everybody that's in this is a Jabberwocky? What if it, because the Jabberwockies are probably an international crew, if we had to guess.
Oh, yeah.
The best break, bang, pow, boom, stand on head, spin, do the whole thing. What if everybody in this is a Jabberwocky? We never know, right?
We never know.
Because the only one Jabberwocky I knew was Shaquille O'Neal. Remember, he put the mask on. We knew it was him.
Yep.
All-Star game.
We knew that was Shaquille O'Neal. And then he took it off. We're like, yep. Thought it was Shaq.
It's a big diesel.
That's what we thought it was. Breaking, interesting, Tone. It is certainly an interesting thing. As we were watching it, we were rather flabbergasted about how they're going to pick a winner.
Sure.
Because somebody does a headstand McTwisty, I think that's pretty sweet. But I guess the next person has a different flair and musicality with their headstand McTwisty. Who are the judges? Do we know who the judges are?
I have no idea. I mean, who is it?
Is it the Jabberwocky?
Well,
the Jabberwockies the judges?
Mario Lopez used to host America's Best Dance Crew, so it would only make sense. I mean, he's seen the Jabberwockies night in, night out. He knows what gold medal, world-class breaking looks like. Simon Cowell, maybe. I didn't hear either one of their voices.
I think Jenna Dewan, potentially Channing Tatum's ex-wife.
Maybe Derek Huff.
AGT. They just get the AGT judges.
No, because there is a dancing one. They're dancing with the celebs.
Oh,
so you think you could dance?
Stop.
So you think you could dance? That's another.
There it is. Yeah, that one.
So maybe like the guy who used to host America's Home Videos.
The guy Reading Rainbow
Tom
guy?
Bergeron.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Extreme Home Makeover guy.
The Reading Rainbow guy. You want to get LeVar Burton on there? That works.
We would like America to win this.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
sure.
We will.
It's up and coming.
But as we were watching it, we did struggle to be like, sumo wrestling's on here? Like what other sports are not?
This might be a one and done.
Or this might be a gateway to more sports and activities getting in. Because obviously it is very difficult to do what they're doing. The technicalities of it all, the amount of work that goes in there. But as we're watching it, like, how is this ever going to get a fair shake on who wins?
So you're saying breaking is the SIGs of the Olympic dancing community?
Whoa.
Maybe we just go straight to rap battles and just have actual rapping.
That's because this is like breaking is like art, right? To people?
Yeah.
So now
you could say it's art.
Tony, come on.
I mean, if we're gonna do rap battles, let's just do Yo Mama battles and have that guy have that same judge.
Nick Cannon will host.
Wow, now.
Wow.
And then we need a DJ with the dings and the points.
And then rock, paper, scissors.
See, that's what I'm talking about. We need a rock, paper, scissors in there. And then, because there's real strategy, there's real gamesmanship.
There's a definitive champion.
Easy to see who wins, who loses. And he can make it a best of 11 each one if you want to really make it a thing. Yeah, that's what. So I think I like that breaking is in because it does potentially set a precedent for other things to get in there. But as we were watching it, as noobs.
Sure.
Now, granted, I've been to plenty of nightclubs. And I hope that's where we scouted, because I've seen some fuckers in Pittsburgh that can really pop, lock, and drop at the same damn time. I am a fan of being able to do that in public. It is a show stealer. It is a crowd pleaser. Okay, like always will be. But as an Olympic sport, that's going to be tough, I think, to figure out as you go forward. But hopefully the best breaker wins.
Yeah.
Hopefully the best breaker wins. Anything else happening, Tone?
Yeah, we're about to win a gold in wrestling with Spence Lee, because that's absolutely going to happen. And when he wins that gold, a lot's been made about how much he's going to make. I think the gold for the U.S. is like $35,000. It's nothing compared to what Carlos Yulo of the Philippines made. Okay, not sure if you've seen this, Pat. What the Philippines make when they win a gold. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You get it, brother. So when you win a gold medal for the Philippines, because I don't think they win that many golds, you get a treasure trove of items, okay?
Amen.
Starting with a lifetime of free colonoscopy starting at 45. I recommend
That's good.
That's
you need to get those earlier, though.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I recommend Philippines should probably do that maybe 35, 30, something like that. A furnished condo and a house, because, when you win a gold medal at the Philippines, you're going to need a side house, if you know what I mean.
Homes. One for the one for the
bingo. He also gets over $200,000 in cash. I don't know if that's U.S. cash or what currency we're talking about. An iPhone 16. I don't know if that's the latest iPhone or not. But
is that the newest one? Because you don't want it immediately upon release.
No.
True. It's coming out, yeah. So he's going to need about 2 of those.
Yeah, because you're going to need to get in, because this is still the 15 from immediate release.
Yep.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
This thing is crap. But I can't get a new one until the new one has been bugged,
right,
and
vetted.
Figured out, vetted. So I'm staring at a few months still before I can even get a new one.
Yeah.
But this is what they got us.
Yeah.
I like that they added it in though.
Maybe I even waited a little bit, and mine is also crop.
Yeah.
So,
but
why is it so crop?
Yulos should be good.
Maybe that's the thing with the 16. Is like, hey, the cool feature of this phone is right away it's good.
It won't be crop.
Yeah.
Because it's gotten the iPhone has gotten worse somehow.
Yes.
Well,
technology's supposed to get better.
I mean,
where are they making them?
This is the quinceañera of iPhone. That should be great.
You're right. So that iPhone 16, we're saying to old buddy, wait a few months after the iPhone 16 is released.
Correct. And cash it in.
And then, let's delay.
Yeah, I want my iPhone now.
And on the colonoscopies, let's cash in the 70, 80-year-old ones for now.
Right.
So we can get it, start getting it. He needs to do a little bit of negotiating with this. Although we love what they're giving to him.
Yeah.
He needs to do a little bit of negotiating.
Yeah, obviously he's getting the free cookies from the local bakery and the free food for life from the multiple local restaurants. You can't sleep on that. And then lastly, my favorite thing is a free engineer education, because if you engineer for a guy for a day, okay, he's going to engineer for that day. But if you teach a man to engineer for a life, he's going to engineer forever.
He's going to build a car.
You give a man a fish he can eat for a day.
Yeah.
You teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime. Yeah, you tried to sneak the engineering thing in there.
Tell you what, you give me a cheeseburger today, I'll pay you tomorrow for it.
Yeah, it's really nice. What if we teach you how to? Yeah, all right. Anyways, go ahead.
I was going to say, what if that's his iPhone? Like, hey, you get the iPhone, but you got to build it on your own after you get your engineering degree.
I do love the fact that all the countries and what they give out for medals was released publicly.
Yeah.
Because you see the places that like, hey, we've never won this. What else? Colonoscopy. Fuck.
Yeah, as many as you
Toss it in there.
Oh, for the rest of your life.
We got a sponsor.
Food. Yeah, whatever you want, dude. Eat for the rest of your life. iPhone. You want a phone? Sweet. Phone. Give you two
houses.
I want an apartment. Okay, you want a house? You want to go? Okay, you got it. And then this guy goes out and wins. Congrats. They need to start breaking. Maybe it feels like that's when you could. I don't want to say steal gold. I don't want to say that because I know it would be earned.
You could maybe steal one.
There's no precedent on any of the judgment.
There's not.
We're heavy favorites.
Are we?
Yeah.
In breaking?
We better be.
On the men's side for sure. I forget the guy's name, but he is the heavy favorite. He was on the Today Show explaining it and everything.
Is he allowed to use like the cardboard? Or because I'll see the cardboard helps him slide
on the ground.
Yeah. Cardboard helps.
That's why the rain might be a huge factor.
Yeah, that could be
but it might not be good.
Sweet.
Yeah, it could hurt you.
Rain could make if there's a little moisture, could make it sticky too, depending upon what the thing is.
You need to have a rain routine.
I used to be a moonwalker. Okay, I used to be able to moonwalk pretty good. Very clean moonwalk. Maybe one of the best things I've ever done in my life is moonwalk on a regular basis.
What do you mean used to be?
I haven't done it in years. And now's not time to debut it. But I used to. I'll bust it out this year at some point, and it'll be like, oh, this motherfucker.
This guy can moonwalk?
Yeah, that is what. Will there be? Is that a part of the musicality in this break?
I would assume so. Yeah.
So
that could be vocabulary.
if they bust out a boom, bang, pow, and a moonwalk to the other side, and a backflip comes in.
Right.
Like, there's a chance we see some incredible stuff. The gymnastics, right, has already happened, but there's precedent on how it's all judged.
Yes.
Is there, like, breaking contests that are already happening that we know what the precedent of the judgment looks like?
I would assume so, but, I mean, for an Olympic gold medal, like maybe for like a $250 gift card to like the mall, like where they're doing most of these breaking competitions. But I don't know about handing out a gold medal when you got houses and condos.
All right,
on the
thank
line.
you, Ton. We appreciate the conversation. Joining us now is a man that is in the middle of vacation in Mike Lombardi's town. Ladies and gentlemen, pundit for ESPN that works 24 hours a day for about the next 5 months once football starts. The guru for quarterback play and football as a whole, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, Dano.
What's up?
Dan, how you doing? Thanks for taking time out of the vacation over there in Jersey to chit-chat a little bit about ball with us.
Of course. Fantastic. I'm doing well. We need to get some better weather at the beach, but what's going on?
What, is it raining? It's raining over there? Has it been the whole time?
It rained Wednesday and Thursday pretty consistently. Today is okay. But, like, if you got kids at the beach, you probably know this now. Like, a day of rain feels like a week.
Yeah, there was. I guess there was a hurricane that has happened, but the weather has obviously affected a lot of things. Hope you get a chance to walk that boardwalk. Over there at Jersey Shore, get some T-shirts, huh?
Saltwater taffy.
Maybe a little. We know the Jersey Shore. We've been there. And if you see Snooki, tell her we said we're big fans, and also Paulie D, the whole crew. If you
See, that's like northern Jersey Shore. We're down at like the southern Jersey Shore. Northern Jersey Shore, I think, is like you're talking about maybe like no, Wildwood is southern. So we're in Seattle City, so it's like south of Atlantic City. I think what you're talking about is like an hour north of Atlantic City.
Manasquan. Interesting. Manasquan, I think south, right into Manasquan.
Seaside, maybe. Seaside, Lavalette,
Manasquan,
Long Beach Island.
Manasquan's a good town.
Love Manasquan.
Manasquan's a good town.
Never been there.
You walk, it's a boardwalk. Michael, you'll see Michael Lombardi.
Take a drive.
Anyways, let's talk about.
What town is Lombardi's?
I think all of them.
Yeah, what time
so
any of these 5 towns.
And he'll know if you're there. Believe me, you'll have to check in with. You know how it works.
Kiss
These
the
Italians, you understand how it goes. Talking about the weather, did we learn anything last night from any of these games? I honestly was so bummed out. Drake May gets one drive, one series. Jacoby obviously gets one series, but with Drake there was 4 handoffs. I think there was an overthrow. Was it an overthrow? Was it slick? There was a screen on a 3rd and 12 to pick up a first down. He looked comfortable, looked confident. With how bad the weather was, did we learn anything from anybody in that particular games that took place last night?
Yeah, I liked a lot of the little things that I saw to Drake May, and I understand they're little things and they're kind of boring. So I don't know if they were planning on only playing him that really one series, I think.
Mayo said that was the plan. He did say that afterwards, but who knows, that could just be.
Yeah. I would have liked to see maybe another series, but I did like the little things. Like, we have to remember, and I'm looking at Drake very similar in the prism that I did with Jordan Love, and I've kind of said that since they drafted him. So, Drake was a kid that very rarely, if ever, went under center, very rarely, if ever, handed the ball in a, outside of like a dive right behind the center, but very rarely had to like work on the proper mechanics of handing the football off. And then his feet, is something that I talked about, just very similar to Jordan. We're all over the place and very unstructured. And so what I saw last night, I was looking for, are any of those things improved upon? The screen pass, great. I couldn't care less about that.
What?
But
that's first down, big third long.
What a throw.
But seriously, I was looking at how did he look under center for a kid who very rarely, if ever, did it. When it came to getting the snaps, a lot of times with kids that come from college and they don't take snaps from the center, and you're going to have to in the NFL. I know we do it more shotgun now than we did 20 years ago, but like a lot of times guys wait for the ball to hit their hands and then they move. Yeah. And one of the things that you get taught is when you like say hot or expect that snap to start, you want to kind of be moving with those guys so it's really crisp and efficient in movement. And it looked like he had relative comfort in doing that. It wasn't like, hey, ball got snapped and then he got the ball and then moved. So I know that might sound silly, but for a guy who's running Alex Van Pelt's offense, which is going to be West Coast, which is going to be that Shanahan type stuff, like That's going to be a big part of what they do. So I liked that. I liked his mechanics in that play action pass miss to Raygun, which is a little bit of a high throw, a little bit of a drop.
Wobble.
Again, yeah, but like, dude, pouring rain. But I mean, it's a catchable ball in my opinion. I'd like the ball to be 6 inches lower, surely. But again, the mechanics of it, of ball fake, one hitch, holding those defenders, and then getting the ball out at the proper time, proper location, I liked that. And I think more often than not, that's going to be a completion. So, again, he didn't do that a lot at Carolina. And then that last completion he had, which is that check down, I think he said after the game, like, oh, maybe I could have held it a little bit longer. Dude, that's the only place to go with the football in that situation. And I like the fact that he did it so quickly. So people might think, oh, my gosh, dude, we're talking about running back or handing the ball. That stuff matters to me when you're building the foundation of that young player.
Remember, we had a very similar conversation last year after C.J. Stroud's first game, our preseason game. And I'm not saying Drake May is going to have a C.J. Stroud year, or anybody is ever going to have a C.J. Stroud year ever again. Okay, I'm not saying that. But after his first preseason game, literally what we said was, hey, look comfortable in the huddle, looked comfortable getting the snap. He handed the ball off, was able to be confident, seemingly looked like everybody was respecting him. Like, he just looked the part. And he even threw a pick at the end of his...
Against New England, sure.
Yeah, he even threw a pick at the end of this thing, and everybody was like, okay.
Oh, my God, this guy stinks.
He looked comfortable. Okay, he threw a pick. Just say what it is. It's like, this is their first NFL snap in an NFL, in a very different operation, very different system, new guys.
Yeah.
You're no longer the big man on campus. Like, this is not your team. Drake May led North Carolina in rushing and passing 2 years ago. He's Drake May. His brothers are literally Chapel Hill royalty. Like, this is a whole new world. Everything seemed the part, which I think is what we take away from that particular game. On the flip side, okay, looked good. The thought of the returner being a guy for you guys is a big deal.
Yeah, David Wallace. I mean, kind of continuing the street of like a random small white guy who has a huge punt return and then all of a sudden might turn into somebody, and he's wearing number 30. Like, is there any? He plays wide receiver and he's wearing 30, so it kind of gives you that vibe like, oh, this is Edelman. This guy is going to be Drake May's Edelman. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, so I think that was the takeaway. And then Johnny Hecker's a dog, and we just move on.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that is what we take from that game. Let's go to the rainy Lions and Giants game. I was not able to see the entirety of this game because it was on NFL Plus, which I am obviously a subscriber of, but on TV is a lot easier, especially whenever, you got life and everything like that. Big takeaway from there, Hendon Hooker gets a concussion for the Lions.
Uh-oh.
But he did have, a couple plays. Did you watch the game? Have you seen anything? And what is your takeaway from Lions and Giants? Oh, my.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game.
Okay, standard away.
I saw some of the highlights. I think more of the practice video that I've seen that has kind of surfaced on the internet of some of the Nabers stuff, the fights, obviously. That's kind of a little bit more of my stuff than the game last night. I didn't watch last night.
What did you see from the fights? Because we've talked about this a couple times. The NFL sent memos to every general manager, head coach, I think scout, exec, literally every person on their email list. The NFL sent out memos about these joint practices and how they can't just become melees. Like, this is not what these are supposed to be about. This is not what the NFL is about. We don't want people who aren't NFL fans to see these clips and be like, the NFL is bush league. They're out of control, wild animals. I don't think there's any other option to, and I understand I'm a doofus, and we are very clear about that every single day. Of
course.
We are not setting any other expectations. But from being there and witnessing and watching people's dreams either coming true or insurance being sold for the rest of their life, or making a team or not making a team, and then people's toughness being questioned by people because it's the men's league now. This isn't the thing. I don't know how joint practices don't turn into fights at some points. And if you don't stick up for your teammate, that's ruining your locker room persona pretty much. I don't know how you don't fight there, Orlov. Am I wrong in thinking that? I legitimately don't know how they don't turn into fights. I appreciate the NFL being like, hey, this can't be what it is. And coaches, you need to say it. Coaches like it. And then we're hearing from potential ownership of the Giants was happy that the Giants fought back and said just
I was going to say, like, there's also teams that need it. There's also teams that at some point you sit back and you're like, hey, we're not going to allow anybody to push us around anymore. Like, you're not going to just allow us because we haven't. Like, the Giants are a perfect example. The Giants have been pushed around a little bit. They had Dable's first year, and they were fantastic when it came to storylines, and he was coach of the year and whatnot. But they've been punked a little bit. They've been pushed around a little bit. And really, like, the guy that has been their face, or at least the person that we attached the toughness of New York to with Saquon's isn't there. So, like, I love the fact that Nabers is bringing a little attitude, a little juice, a little bit of like, hey, I don't know what's happened before I got here, but I didn't happen anymore. And especially against the Lions that have become like the bully on the block. And so I love that. We've all seen it a ton. But I love what Nabers has brought to that offense. As far as the clips that I've seen, I mean, it looks like real juice in the NFL. Like, I'm not just talking about energy. I'm talking about a dude that, you know, can like change a football team type of thing, or at least change an offense. Like a dude that looks like a real difference maker.
A dog.
Yeah.
Which was literally the entire Hard Knocks about drafting him. Like, that is all Daboll wanted. That's all Joe Schoen. The amount of times Joe Schoen and Daboll explained what a dog was to the producers, and then they use it. We are looking for dogs. Well, what are dogs, Coach? Well, if you have to ask, you'll never understand. But here is what we're looking for. I think he boosts Daniel Jones too, right? I think he gives a little bit more pizzazz and maybe a little bit more confidence and moxie and, like, I don't want to say like more attitude, but I think he does. I think he naturally brings that too, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. More of confidence in regards to being like, hey, I don't care who you have covering my guy's going to whoop you. And so I don't care. Like, I don't even have to be good sometimes. You know, like, as a quarterback, sometimes when you have a guy like that, it frees you up to know, like, you don't have to be perfect, dude. Like, you could, as long as you throw the ball somewhere near him, something good is more likely than not going to happen. And that gives you such, like, an aggressive mindset. I remember that with, like, you know, Reggie Wayne. Reggie was like that. You, like, as a quarterback, you'd be like, I'm just going to throw it towards Reggie. Because he just, like, had that killer mindset. Pierre Garçon was like that. Calvin was like that. Andre Johnson, who just went to the Hall of Fame, was like that, where they just had that moxie and that juice about them. And as a quarterback, you were like, I don't necessarily know what I'm looking at here, and I'm just throwing it towards you, and we're going to be okay just because you have such a confidence in it.
See, that mindset, I think, is what every one of those wide receivers or guys that think they're one of those wide receivers want their quarterback to have, because whenever guys aren't getting balls or targets, or I guess is the new stat that they say, they go, well, the way they're covering you, like, you don't have any targets. Every wide receiver is like, I'm open. Like, you just throw the ball, doubt. I am open. It does not matter. Malik Nabers has that, obviously.
Big time.
And he has been.
It's like Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm open. Like, no, they're shading a say, I don't care. I'm going to get the ball. Yep. And if the quarterback stops feeding that, that's when it becomes, oh, so I'm not open? Like, so that's, you know, where issues could potentially happen.
And Pat, I'd also add this, too. Like, when you have a guy like that, it also gives you it shifts your mindset from being a defensive thrower to an aggressive thrower. Because you start to try to make these throws that maybe are a little bit riskier, but you're like, I can make this throw as long as I put it somewhere around this area. It also triggers in your mind, like, hey, he won't let the other team get it. You know, like, that frees you up mentally as well, too. Like, he'll just find a way to make sure the other team doesn't get the ball also.
Hey, some of those wide receivers have good DB skills.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Some of them have good DB skills, and that's big hug from quarterback whenever you get back. Speaking of hugs, a lot of them are needed seemingly down in Dallas. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Dan, it seems like every year when we do this with the Cowboys, there's really no middle ground. It's either, hey, Super Bowl, or, you know, the other half of America is going to say that they're going to suck. But I assume you saw the recent clip of Jerry Jones talking about the CeeDee Lamb situation. I think we have it.
Are you saying there's a sense of urgency as you begin the preseason to get CD done?
No.
No? Why do you say that?
I'm just I went to high school. I went to college. I don't know why I said it, but I'm just saying I don't know. I don't have a sense of urgency about getting it done.
It's a long-standing tradition.
Pick any reason you want. I was at Nobu 2 days ago. Give that as a reason.
He's just saying, here's matter of facts. I went to high school. I went to college. I was at Nobu. I don't have a sense of urgency. I don't have a reason for you. I just don't have a sense of urgency.
Yeah, with that in mind, Dan, do you think, are we kind of looking at like a lame duck year potentially for the Cowboys here? Like all their cornerstone best players are unhappy about their contracts. Jerry is seemingly like putting his foot in his mouth. Obviously, CD saw that and quote tweeted it and just said, LOL, so he's not
LOL,
happy.
yeah.
Like, is there a chance that he's going to be requesting a trade here soon? Like, when does this end? And obviously, none of this stuff is good going into the season for the Cowboys.
Yeah, so this is like as fumbled a situation as the Cowboys have had in really years. Probably going back to that initial contract with Dak, and that one, depending on what side of the fence you stand on with Dak, whatnot. But think about it in this regard, okay? The Cowboys right now, in most of people's opinion, are a little bit of a fringe playoff team, just because they've lost some important pieces. Without CeeDee Lamb, there's no shot. Like without CeeDee Lamb, we're talking, you're competing for like a top 10 draft pick. Excuse me, because your offense won't be able to score. So Dak Prescott wants a new contract. He's not going to get it, and it doesn't seem like he's going to get it this season. CeeDee Lamb wants a new contract, and it certainly doesn't feel like it right now, to Jerry's words, no urgency. If CeeDee holds out for 2 games, like let's live in the world. I think Emmitt Smith held out for 2 games probably 15 years ago, 20 years ago. If he holds out for 2 games, and when you're a fringe playoff team, that matters big time. And so I don't think that like there's a trade request, because if you look at the Cowboys' history, they keep those star receivers. Like they kept Coop, they kept, after they traded for him, they kept Dez, they obviously playmaker, Irvin. So like I don't think a trade request is a thing, but I think it's going to be very difficult for all 4 things in Dallas to go the way that they want. 1, that they win meaningful playoff games. I don't think that is going to happen. 2, Dak Prescott to get paid, Micah Parsons to get paid, CeeDee Lamb get paid. What they actually are worth and value. I don't see how all 4 of those things happen for Dallas, and it's just a massive, massive miss when you're going into a season with all of those unknowns at big pieces.
It feels like they're just punting on the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy's contract's up, Dak's up, CD's mad, Micah's mad. Jerry's like, I was at Nobu last year.
Whatever.
It is a very interesting time for the Dallas Cowboys right now. Like, is this a lame duck year? You win a Super Bowl, everybody stay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have their schedule? Like, do you guys have their schedule? Can you pop their schedule? I don't know. I wish I knew their schedule and like their first 6 or 8 games, because the season is a month from today starting or something like that. So
27 days.
27 days.
27 days. And so I mean, if CD comes back in 2 weeks or something like that, you're always at risk for how good a football shape are you in? Are you ready to go play those 70 snaps? So I just think it's such a fascinating year when it comes to so many unknowns for 25.
Yeah, we got that going on with the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, the Ayuk stuff going on, where that is just seemingly running in a circle. Trent, has that been figured out?
Nope.
No.
Trent hasn't been figured out. Judon. I mean, there's a lot at a lot of places where I guess this is.
Dude, that's why, like, if your team's in the NFC.
Yeah, go ahead.
If your team's in the NFC, and you were those fringe teams, like you're trying to jump this season and put pressure on the Cowboys who have unknowns, the 49ers who have the unknowns. So if you're a team like the Seattle Seahawks that were a little bit like fringy, could they make the playoffs? Like, you got to come out the gates firing. If you're a team, I think Washington could surprise people this season if Jaden's as good as certainly I thought he was. Come out, because you're trying to jump those teams that who knows what's going to happen with Trent and Ayuk. Do they miss a couple? All that stuff.
Well, let's stay in the NFC, actually. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Dan, there's an ESPN article about the Sirianni-Jalen Hurts relationship and how they really aren't seeing eye to eye too much. And here is part of it. And one of the quotes is, quarterbacks need to feel coaches are superior or else they're running everything. What do you make of this? Because I don't know if this was a big storyline, at least this far into camp until this week, but clearly there's something going on in Philly between Hurts and Sirianni. Is this something that is kind of doom and gloom if you're an Eagles fan? Or do you think, hey, they come out, like you said, they start really hot, they'll be just fine?
They better win. That's the only way that this gets like covered up or cured or whatnot, is they better win. Dude, There was obviously disconnect last year. You know, there was a lot of moments when we would sit there and talk about their offense.
I didn't know Sirianni and Hurts had heat.
I don't think anybody did.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if last year there was like the known beef. There was definitely a disconnect. Remember, like they started hot, then there was the sideline stuff between him and AJ, and they're really good friends. So is it two competitors, or is there, stuff going on that we don't know? And then, the way that team fell apart was I don't, Jalen didn't look like himself, and I don't know if we knew that there was this much disconnect. At least a play on the field.
That's wild. They were able to keep that as tight as it was for as long as it was. Because I'm just now learning about this week.
Yeah, it was after that Bills overtime game. Actually, like when the Bills lost and the Eagles won, the Eagles went down, and the Bills after that game kind of turned it on.
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah, and I just they're not similar. They're not the exact same things, But like this is the last two pretty high-end starting quarterbacks in Philly that have dealt with something like this. Like Carson has that MVP caliber season, and all of a sudden, like the rumors are coming out of a disconnect in the locker room, and he's got too much power, and they've given him too much control or whatnot, and then obviously things go south. And now with Jalen, he has that MVP caliber season, potentially MVP of the Super Bowl, and they lose this heartbreaker, and within a year or so, 18 months, there's rumors of like, hey, there's a disconnect. In both situations, while they're not the same thing, like there's unrest going on. And like I've had people, say like, oh, that's the Philadelphia media. I don't know how
they didn't break any of this.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, Philadelphia media normally, right?
Yeah,
all over it.
In the middle of that's big market. That's big city. That's the sports. That's a sports town
for sure.
So sports media, that's never learning it. I wonder how when.
Big Dom keeping this whole thing together.
Legit, is that the weapon that is Big Dom? But then Big Dom wasn't there, and it still didn't get it.
That's when it all fell apart, and their relationship went to shit.
Was he destroying laptops? Like, hey, are you writing about the Sirianni Hurts thing? Because if so, I'm taking your laptop now.
I don't think you are.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But everything you hear about Jalen is just so good with like that stuff, So it seems like if there was somebody that was capable of handling this and using it to, grow and develop in those relationships, it certainly would be Jalen. But I think in that town, like in that city, and I'm not from there, but like they better win. They better win.
None of my 5 towns. Okay, you can't be having that happen, especially with Big Dom around. All right, Dan, we appreciate you joining us, buddy. Which games are you looking forward to this weekend? Let's pop that weekend preseason game slate up. We actually have
Caleb's going to play, right? I want to see Caleb a little bit. And just like, touching on that real quick with the Caleb, I mean, we hit on it a little bit with that CJ stuff from last year. Just remember, like CJ, I remember last year against the Patriots, obviously had the interception. I remember a clip where he went right, left, and like everyone was like, oh my gosh, this dude stinks. So it's going to be the first time Caleb's hitting the field. So let's see. I think Caleb, what else is there this weekend?
Yeah, okay. So the S is there. Those are the starters are playing for at least a series. They're at least starting the game. So you got Colts, Broncos starters playing. That should be at least listed starters on the depth chart. Obviously, we know the Bo Nix is second. Kansas City, Jacksonville. Trevor and Pat should be at least, one series. Travis, Xavier Worthy. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Here we go.
That should be a good time. Bears, Bills. Here we go. Josh Allen without Stephon Diggs that they've been trying to make a thing out of. Raiders, Vikings have starters. Then obviously scattered throughout, there's other games. What are you looking forward to quickly, Dan?
Yeah, so I want to see Caleb. I go back to Patrick's, I think, first start ever in the preseason. Remember, Mahomes had like that 70-yard bomb down the field, and we were like, oh, that's not normal. Does Caleb have a play like that? I'd love to see. Certainly, Indy, how's Anthony look? And then how does A.D. Mitchell look? Bo Nix and Denver, I want to see just how much operation he's given. Does either quarterback in Minnesota do anything to potentially separate itself? Or take hold of it. I think Sam's that guy right now. So a lot of the quarterback play I'll be super interested in. I'd love to see Jaden as well. Jaden in the Jets. Jaden Daniels. I want to see how he looks, obviously, versus a pretty significant defense.
All right. I can't wait for the weekend slate. I can't wait to hear your thoughts all season, all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, live from his vacation in Michael Lombardi's town, GameStop searcher, Dan Orlovsky.
I got one.
Yeah,
Dano.
There you go, Dano. Zito with one of the greatest replies in the history of X to
All time.
friend Dan Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky's looking for, hey, I need a Switch gaming console power box
Plug in.
Seattle, New Jersey. Anybody got me? It's like he thought somebody was just going to waltz over.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Borrow it for a day.
Let me go to my cardboard box in the basement for whenever people played that particular console. So Zito sent him the GameStop address.
Smart.
He did not go to the GameStop. Somebody did walk over and hand it to him.
That's nuts.
It's a good town over there. New Jersey's a good town. Whenever you drive into the state from like Pennsylvania or New Jersey,
You smell it.
smells a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You can smell the jersey.
Yeah, Newark and Secaucus smells like shit.
But once you get past that, once you get past that and in there, especially on the shore there, it is beautiful times, beautiful town. I mean, legitimately.
Some of them.
Not all of them, of course. That's everywhere. But when you get to those beach towns, they're really nice. And then you got all the bennies flocking to the sand in the summer. That's people from upstate New York, East New York. That's the Jersey Shore stuff.
Yeah.
Bridge and tunnel crowd.
Yeah, that is bingo. Yeah, I learned about
Undesirables, you're saying?
WVU. It felt like 85% New Jersey people whenever I was at school there. They got in-state pricing, I think, for a while.
Interesting. Yeah, the variety of type of person from Jersey is very fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got the beach and you got the...
Yeah, you got much different humans from the same state. It is sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot
in
of
a good
different
way.
Italians, but a lot of Italians. And then the Irish Catholics, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Irish are North Jersey, right? Isn't that the kind of the play?
Yeah.
Yeah, the North Jersey.
It's North and Central kind of blend together, but a lot of Central.
Hey, Jersey, you're a great state.
Good state.
Great state.
I mean,
good state. We appreciate it.
It's a state.
It certainly is.
It is a state.
It certainly is. There's a lot of people that said, like, let's just go ahead and let that one go. I don't think that's...
Yeah.
That's right.
Or what if just
I agree.
New
Jersey's-
York annexed the top, and then Philly got the bottom, and it was just Pennsylvania and New York.
No, Jersey's a good state. Jersey's a good state.
yeah,
Proud
yeah.
people. They're proud people.
PA, you could just eat it. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we are wrapping up here on ESPN on this Feel Good Friday. Austin Rivers will be joining us on YouTube and ESPN Plus as we forward on this Feel Good Friday on TikTok Live. But here on ESPN, starting in about 5 minutes, is a massive game in the Little League World Series. Ty Schmidt, what do we have on deck, pal?
Yeah, we got Staten Island Little League versus Morristown, New Jersey.
Jersey, let's go, boys.
And this Morristown, New Jersey team is currently 15-0 in the regional. They've just been running through everyone. They played Staten Island on Monday, beat them 11-1, 10 run them. So this is a... they're coming together again in the championship for a spot in Williamsport. This would only be the second team from Morristown, New Jersey, to make it to the Little League World Series. So big deal. And then the Staten Island team, they're kind of known for the same Little League. Danny Almonte's team, if you remember from all the time ago.
What was that?
Danny Almonte came
from
into
the
the Little
Bronx.
League World Series. He is from the Bronx. They
He's
played
14.
He was 18.
Allegedly, yeah. Basically, this kid was 18 years old, pretty much. He was throwing like 85 miles an hour, striking out every kid, throwing perfect games. And then afterwards, they were like, well, yeah, he should be much better. He's pitching from 45 feet, and he's 85. He's 10 years older than all these other kids. So a little bit of...
I always wonder who's putting him in that spot, because he would have been good at his age as well, right?
He actually, he ended up getting drafted by the Yankees, so he was a very good baseball player.
Yeah, so it wasn't him saying, put me in with these 12-year-olds? How old?
Yeah, 11 and 12. I think a lot of it is in like those areas like that. Like I don't think he spoke English. Like he was from the Dominican Republic, pretty much, grew up in the Bronx, and it's like you get some coach who's like,
happens in sports.
Let's get him out there. Let's go win a Little League World Series.
Happens in sport is never fair to the actual athlete.
Right.
But the things that get said about these kids.
Oh, yeah.
Is loud. I remember the Danny hype.
Yeah.
Whenever it was taking place, and then the immediate fallout.
Yeah.
Anybody could do it as an adult.
This kid's 18.
Kids buying cigarettes and going pitching a Little League
Throwing
World
on the
Series.
mound.
That'd be so fun.
Smoking cigs in a Little League
Yeah, I
World
mean,
Series.
being that old, just like, I'm going to strike all these kids out.
He had no idea either.
Have an incredible weekend. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. Next week, I believe, Bill Belichick kicks off on Monday.
Oh, let's go.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. See you Monday. Goodbye. Nailed it, I think.
Nice.
Zito's been on the ones and twos back here.
Baby Z.
Way to go, Zito.
No, baby Z.
I mean, you are so blurry. This is unbelievable. How are you the only person? Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is an 11-year NBA vet, friend of the program, and somehow has the best tech and worst tech all the time.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like you're in a sauna right now. You look like completely blurry, pal. And your hand is in focus because you got good tats on it. Your face is completely blurry right now.
I mean, listen, man. It's a FaceTime. If you guys send me a Zoom link, we can get this done.
Hit the bottom middle F button.
Yeah, hit the middle, the bottom of the screen.
Bottom middle F button. You see that F circle?
Yeah. No, I just took a FaceTime.
Okay, you took
a photo.
That's the white circle.
Well, I'll post this later too because this is all going viral at this point.
I don't think so, Austin. This is us just figuring it out. This is team. That's right. Hit that bottom. Legitimately, you look like Bigfoot. You look so blurry.
You got to change the F stuff.
All right. Hold on.
Here you go.
Whoa! Don't move.
It looks better.
Perfect. Oh my God,
you got it. Don't move.
Oh, look at the shoes in the back. Holy shit. Oh, that's a good closet.
Walk in.
You want to see the shoe closet?
Oh, 11 years in the NBA.
Here we go.
11 years in the league. People forget. Oh, yeah, now we lost service. Now we can't see you.
Disconnect your Wi-Fi.
Now we can't see you. Now we can't see you. Oh, my God. Too worried about those shoes. Got good setup.
Yeah, that's
see
awesome.
the LED lights
the
on
lights.
And we're back.
So messed up, man.
Universe? Is he saying the universe? Universe.
Yes. Fuck it. I'm out of here.
Yeah. No thanks.
It does. It's too good of a, you know? It's trying to focus. But since he's got the necklace,
of course,
and the great tats on the hand,
art,
the art behind the shoes, the iPhone's like, oh, they need to see everything. It's all so cool. He's too cool almost for the automatic focus.
Everyone's just chasing Sal Capaccio. I mean, they always will be.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah, Jelly Roll as well. Yeah.
Jelly Roll was live at an airport with a full studio.
Wow.
Is that a headshot or is he? Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back, man. We got it.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're the best. Do not apologize to us. We should apologize to you. Seemingly, something always happens. Yeah, but that's why we love him. Austin, speaking of things that we love, boy, that game yesterday. We don't know how the entire basketball community was watching along, but in here, we were literally standing edge of seat, and it was a battle in that fourth quarter. I mean, Serbia continued to answer. Obviously, it was the Steph Curry show throughout the first quarter as he puts up 17, and we end up being down by like 10 somehow still. Serbia, Bogdanovic was cooking. Joker's doing his thing. I think Sam Samsovic was obviously getting a Tylerovic was fucking absolutely going crazy, and these itches were battling, and there was conversation in our Thunderdome by people who are very dramatic saying this would be the worst loss in the history of basketball for the United States of America. Carmelo Anthony's on the sideline. Bogdanovic does the Raygun right in his face, seemingly wakes the boys up. They go bananas in the second half, more specifically the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid cooks on both sides of the court. Kevin Durant does the same exact thing. LeBron James did the same. I mean, it was a full team effort, full buy-in. Triple-double from Braun, 36 points for Steph. KD had a massive day. Joel had a massive day. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. What were your thoughts while you were watching the game, and how should we look back at this particular game?
That was one of the best ball games I've seen in a very, very long time.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, when we talk about just the competitive atmosphere, getting the best players in the world getting pushed to the brink, you know, that's something where, you know, you get to see LeBron in a light that you don't get to see unless you're like, you know, Game 7 playoffs. You know, it's just different when your country's on the line, especially with everything that's been said. You know, no Lyles, championship of what? We have to win. You know what I mean? This is the standard. We got the Avengers. We got the super team. Steph Curry, who's actually had kind of like a rough Olympics so far, if we're talking about consistency, pulls up yesterday and just absolutely just destroys, man. I mean, just has an absolute huge game, 30-something points. Joel Embiid. I mean, what you talk about a head-to-head going at it with Joel, with Nikola. That had everything that you could possibly want. I don't think I've ever screamed so hard for another basketball game that I wasn't even involved in. So it was just special, man.
Okay, so we all felt the same exact way. We were doing the same, and then obviously the video is from post in the family room where Kevin Durant sitting with his mom talking about how awesome it is, how the room is. Steph Curry talking about how tight he is with the team and how they're all kind of bummed out that it's ending. Like, did we expect this to happen? I think at the beginning we were talking about they all need to put their egos aside and buy in. Jason Tatum doesn't even play in that game. Even whenever we're down 15, there's not even a thought we're going to put him on the court. He's champion, obviously 3 straight time first team All-NBA. He comes out afterwards, as long as we're winning, I don't care. Nobody cares. Like, how do we get to this point? When do we get to this point? And is this how this always goes?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Tatum. You know, he could easily have something to say. You know, this is a guy who's coming off of winning an NBA championship, signing the largest contract in NBA history. And here he is at the end of the bench, not getting any minutes. You know, meanwhile, his teammate Derek White, who essentially is a role player in the NBA, even got in the game. You know what I mean? And I thought it showed a lot of professionalism by him, Halliburton. They were cheering the whole time. Even after the game, Tatum's quote where he said, just one more. We got one more win. You know, he's all in. They're trying to win this gold medal. And listen, we all know what this team was going to be about. The 3 best players that we came into this being most excited about have been the 3 guys. Durant, Curry, and LeBron James have not disappointed us. And yesterday was something that, man, like, seeing LeBron James, especially that layup. Do you remember he got that rebound on transition and did the little scoop layup from like a step inside the free throw line? Steph Curry hitting the big 3, and then KD with the ISO. Good God, was that guy probably petrified getting KD on ISO like that. Just getting them on a little left to right cross, mid-range jumper. I mean, we got everything. And I would be lying if I didn't tell you I was nervous because Nikola's such a game controller. You know, he knows how to control a game. And when you're down like 5 or 6, you know, with a minute or 2 left, you know, it wasn't looking pretty for, you know, for a little bit there. But just the resilience by our team to come back in that type of game. And thank God, I don't know who that guy is, but he missed that 3. The lefty.
Yes.
He had that 3. If he makes that 3, man, I don't know if we win that game. And he missed it and let the door open, and obviously Steph come back and hit a 3. I mean, what a game. This France final is going to be epic. I can't wait.
Yeah, Lefty Vitch with the brick there was huge. Huge for us. I mean, that was a giant game. And we get the board, and then Braun runs. I mean, it is – all those things had to come together for us. And I assume in the huddle, Steve Kerr and coaches were saying, like, hey, now is when we need to go.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant said that they were trying to get it to 6 or single digits with 7 minutes left or 6 minutes left. Like, our only goal was to get it to single digits with 6 minutes left, I think is what he said. It's like, okay, so when that becomes the mission, they're not worried about Serbia making so many shots, which they were. And to your point about Joker, whose game – he was all in, invested.
Oh, yeah.
Bogdan was invested. It was like, I think that was the coolest part, is seeing how bought in the Team USA was to each other. There's a picture of Steph putting up a 3, and I think KD is in the side. Anthony Edwards is like this. Tyrese Halliburton knows his role.
Bam.
He's in the back. Bam is, and they're all just like going crazy. It's like, it's really cool to see how tight they've got. Speaking of Steph, Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Austin, as far as Olympic performances go, obviously Steph, like, he broke the record for most 3s in the game, and I think it was the 2nd most points ever by a USA Olympic basketball player. But how important is this for not only him, but just USA basketball as a whole? And is this kind of set his Olympic, not debut, but his Olympics as a whole? Like, hey, I've done this. You know, D-Wade mentioned in the quarterfinal, like, at some point Steph Curry's going to have his moment. Clearly it was yesterday. How great was that for you to watch as a player, and just how awesome is it for USA basketball?
I think it was huge for Steph, first and foremost. You know, like I said, you know, his Olympic game so far, he's been solid. But, you know, last night was like vintage Steph. And I think to have this in his first Olympics and his only Olympics, you know, he alluded to that after the game. He's like, man, listen, I'm not coming back. 4 years from now, I'm not going to be on the Olympic team. This is it. And I think with everything that's been going on in recent years in the NBA, we've seen all the MVPs be foreign players. You know, Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, even though he's playing for our team, Giannis. You know, these are guys. These are guys who have dominated the NBA. And, you know, you talk about Luka, Shea Alexander. The emergence of foreign basketball can't be denied. So I think just us stamping us still as the greatest, you know, country in the world that produces the best basketball players in the world was very important. And then obviously, listen, I alluded to it earlier. Noah Lyles' comments, you know, does have truth to it. You know, world champion of what? You got to go win. You know what I mean? You got to go win that gold medal. And especially with the team that we have, with the Hall of Famers that we have 3 of the greatest basketball players to ever play on this team, Steph, KD, and LeBron. Even at their age, they still are amazing. I thought it was just huge for Steph to have that type of performance in his only Olympics. And I thought it would be great for his confidence going into this final gold medal game. And then as far as, just for our nation, yeah, man. I mean, I think we were all on the edge of our seat. I haven't cheered so hard during the Olympics other than yesterday. I mean, I was screaming at the TV when the other team was getting offensive rebounds because it means so much to us. We know we have to win. We need to win this. So, yeah, it's been crazy. Saturday is going to be nuts, man. I'm going to have a couple drinks, get ready to go, and, we're going to take on that guy, Victor.
Yeah, Wemby and Rudy Gobert, and obviously the French fans are going to be loud.
Gobert hasn't been playing. They haven't been playing Gobert. He played 3 minutes last game. How about that?
How about this? I've not watched the French men's basketball team at all. So who should we be? It's a Wemby show? It's the Wemby show?
Yeah, it's Victor, and then they have this other guy who's I don't know his name. He kind of looks like Klay Thompson, but he's supposed to be a great jump shooter. And then they have like Evan Fournier. They got some pros on the team. You know what I mean? Well, people.
Come on. Come on.
It's fiery. Come on.
Did you see Bogdanovich yesterday?
Yeah, we saw him.
Fair.
Yeah, we saw him.
Have you seen Australian Patty Mills? When you put these guys in their own country, like when you put them on their own team and you unlock them and give them a green light, they're dangerous men. We're talking about the best players in the world.
Match.
Almost made it to third place. We get it. We understand that the world is catching up.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're catching up, but they ain't caught up.
Bingo.
We still run this. We still run this. I don't know if anybody's looked at the gold medal count. It's getting nasty.
Well, don't bring that up.
Yeah, hold on. Total medal count, you mean?
Yeah, total medal.
I'm talking about total.
Yeah, China actually has a 2 gold medal lead over us right
China.
now. Yeah, but we got them. There's a bunch of track events coming up.
Yeah.
But look at that. 103 to 76 is nutty work.
That's the number. Yes, that's the number we need to be promoting. That is the number we be promoting. But in 4 days from now, we will have the gold as well.
Correct.
Because our track dominance and also our breakdancing dominance and wrestling. Where Spencer Lee's about to pick up another one for us. So
they got breakdancing?
Breaking.
The art of
and it's not just the Jabberwockies. We are also very confused. We thought it would just be the Jabberwockies on Team USA, but then we quickly realized we have no idea who the Jabberwockies are. This could be a member of the Jabberwockies right here. This could be a member. We have no clue. Yes.
I'm tempted to get into the 3-on-3. Whoa.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
There we go.
Yes. This Jake Paul said he's going to try to make the Olympics for boxing. Okay, Jake for the LA Olympics. Austin Rivers getting into the 3-on-3 Olympics.
I'm gonna go grab a couple guys and let's see if we can run this 3-on-3.
Have you heard that FIBA makes it very difficult for NBA guys to be able to make the 3-on-3 because you have to participate in like 5 events leading up to the Olympic Games? I think you have to have some points. You have to be a part of something. So you're gonna have to really commit to this, Austin, if you're going to want to win this.
Yeah, they make it that way so we don't have any of our players in it. But if we have guys who have more time in their hands or guys who aren't currently playing or guys who are fresh out the league, these are guys who are still a year or 2 removed. They still got everything, in terms of just the coordination, the feel, the touch. These are pros still. If I wouldn't grab 2 other guys with me, we're winning that gold medal. There's no doubt about it.
Dude.
I'm winning a gold medal. If I'm on that 3-on-3 team with a couple of my friends, we're winning a gold medal.
You and Caden, maybe. You and Caden.
Go get it.
Who?
I don't know. It's on your necklace. You tell me, Caden.
It's my son, Pat.
Okay.
Well, can he play or what?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's a hooper. His grandpa's Doc fucking Rivers.
Yeah.
Okay? His dad, Austin Rivers. I assume Caden.
He's up next.
4 years.
That's my retirement plan, Pat.
Smart.
That's my retirement plan.
How old is he in 4 years whenever the Olympics are in LA?
He'll be 9.
Suit him up.
That's
enough.
what we're saying.
Yep.
That's what we're saying. That's what we need. That's what we need out there. Austin and Caden. Dad's son.
He's gonna love this, by the way. He's gonna love that we're talking about him on TV. So thank you for bringing that up.
I didn't really bring it up. Your chest did. You know what I mean? Like it's right there. It is.
Listen, I'm always repping. Family first. You know how it is.
Amen. That's a big. That's a cool looking chain.
That is sweet.
When Caden saw that, he thought it was sweet. I assume he was very, very pumped.
He loves it. He loves it. I got it as an anniversary gift, but he loves it.
So I wear chains most times.
I see you.
They move though. That one doesn't move, I guess, because it gets locked in, or is there?
Yeah, it stays there. It stays there.
Okay, because I was thinking about that thing around the.
Yeah, get the wide.
Get that deep.
I know. I usually see you with the gold Prezi on. What do you got on today?
Oh, this is a new one. Wife got it for me. It is a.
Tissot.
It has a name. This one has a name. It doesn't go TikTok though. You need to know that. Obviously, that's obviously.
Is that I can't see it from here. It's all good though. It looks nice.
Well, thank you. I just gave enough of a tip for you to know what it is. If you don't, that's on you, not on me. Let's go to Hammer. Dahn. Tone Diggs has a question for you, Austin.
Yeah, I got a question, Austin. I saw Jason Tatum's mom is demanding answers on why he's not getting playing time. And since we just talked about Grandpa Doc, has there ever been an NBA player's parents that has come to the coach and been like, hey, why is my guy not playing? And what do you think about Tatum? And what do you think about Tatum not playing?
It is a little bit bewildering just because Tatum's such a good player that it's kind of odd that a guy like that's not getting on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Like somewhere, like you can't squeeze him in maybe like 7-8 minutes a half. I mean, we're talking about Jason Tatum here. You know what I mean? And especially if you're using Derek White and other guys that he's obviously better than.
Is he?
But he's a better player than Derek White, guys. But the difference is Derek White only does what he does as a role player. So he fits playing alongside a LeBron James, an Anthony Davis, a Joel Embiid, a Kevin Durant, a Steph Curry, because that's his job in the NBA. Whereas Tatum is used to having the ball, used to having space, his time. When he's out there, that's not going to be his role. He's not going to be the best scorer on the court at all. It's always going to be a Kevin Durant, a Steph, or LeBron, especially now that we're going into the gold medal games. One of those three or two of those three will always be on the floor. So now it's a matter of, can Tatum move without the ball? Is Tatum used to being a catch-and-shoot player? Is he a great defender? These are all things that Derek White is. So that's why you see some of these guys kind of get the time more than him, even though Jason Tatum is a superstar. So it is strange, but in terms of her demanding answers, she ain't gonna get none. Nor does anybody owe her any answers. Her son's gonna win a gold medal. That should be a great enough blessing. He also just got $300 million and just won an NBA ring. Just settle down here. Let's settle down here.
Yeah,
right?
but she wants to see her boy play for the United States of America, which hopefully she will for the next 3 Olympics, which I think is kind of.
Yeah, he's going to be on the other one. I guarantee you, the next Olympics, he's going to play 20-something minutes a game because he's handling this the right way.
We're kind of learning about this as we go here. It all started with Caitlin Clark being left off, and then we learn about how
big mistake.
We agree, but not talking about it. Yep. Not even going to think about it. Not even going to think about talking about it. That's kind of how the universe has told me that multiple times. Shut up.
Let that one go.
Bingo. Yeah, the universe has let me, and it's been very kind of the universe and God to tell me that, and I would hear to said blessings. But then we started learning about how the Olympic team works and Team USA works, and how on the men's side they are very much preparing for the next one. Hey, here's how this goes, and it's been happening since the beginning of time. Got a young group that has to watch the older group, even if and it goes back to the best game that never was seen. It's Magic and Jordan. Jordan's like the younger crew. Magic was the older crew, and it's kind of like a torch passing type situation that almost takes place at these Team USA. So Halliburton, I think he knew going in that this is how this is going to go. I'm here to learn about what this is like, and then next Olympics, okay, now we roll. There'll be another group that's down there. The fact that it's Tatum though is wild. That is.
It's a little different because Tatum's not some rookie or second 3-year guy just becoming a new All-Star. This is a guy who's been a multi-time All-Star, first team All-NBA, just won a ring. It is, Booker and Ant are clearly getting more minutes than him. You know what I mean? And, that's the question. I think that's why his mom is a little frustrated because it's why is my son not in the game? And that's why this has been such a big issue. My thing is kind of like you say about, Caitlin Clark. Now's not the time to talk about this. Why don't we get the gold medal first, and then we can come back and we can dissect it. Yeah, if we lose, we can talk about should have played Tatum, this and that. But let's just get the gold medal, and then we can dissect why or where he could have played more. Now is not the time to be picking apart things and trying to create a narrative. We don't need that. Not right now.
Steve Kerr.
Not right now.
Steve Kerr just being this is the last time I'm doing this.
Good.
Oh, no, he's done. He's done. He's not coming back.
We're winning. That was a massive comeback. Yeah. I'm sure we said nothing. Or did nothing, which leads me to this, actually. Ty has a question.
Yeah, Austin. So in terms of the strategy against France, are we expecting quite a few lineup changes? I mean, if Wemby's their only guy, are we just going to send our waves of Bam, Joe, Adbeed, because he is American now. He earned his stripes. He can still earn his stars on Saturday.
America.
But are we just going to send a bunch of big men out there and beat the shit out of Wemby and then expect him to kind of crumble? And then in terms of momentum, do you think that because we went through what we did yesterday that we'll come out hot? Or when you play in that kind of physically and emotionally draining of a game, will that have any impact on how the game starts on Saturday?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to try to be physical with him. I would expect early on to be going through Joel Embiid a lot. I mean, when you watched the matchup earlier this year, Joel Embiid had 70 points on my guy. And that's just due to just the physical advantage that he has. Victor's a lot of things, but obviously him being young, he's still a little bit of light in them pants. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine
Tiny
you're going
dick.
to have...
That's what you're saying?
Light in the pants.
What the hell?
We've heard what you said, yeah. I think that's the issue is we listen, maybe.
What's that about?
You know what I mean? I think that is the
Light in the pants. Light in the pants is the oldest expression in the book. Who said that?
I've never heard that expression in my life.
You said
Just saying, you said it.
You did, brother.
You're the one. No, I said light in the pants. You said, what'd you say?
Yeah, I guess he's got a tiny dick.
That's what Ty. That's what Ty thought. That's what Ty's brain thought from what you said. So it's actually kind of you said it. You put that into his brain.
Because we know Embiid's got an absolute piece.
Whoa. Oh, jeez.
What the hell is...
That's what you said. You said.
Those are your words.
These are things that you said.
It's just math.
By the way.
It's just math, Austin.
No, because he said we're going to bond.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what anyways, let's get please back to the basketball analytics. Will you stop
I'm
doing...
going to try to ignore him saying absolute peace. So I would imagine
Once again,
we're going to try
you were the one that said it.
I never said that.
You put it in his brain.
You did.
You put it in his brain.
You did.
That's media, brother. That's media. It's not what you said. It's how people take it. Remember, that's the world we live in.
Your inferences, man.
Jeez Louise,
Good
dude.
God, man.
Just dick talk here on Feel Good Friday. Hope you're happy, Austin.
Basketball.
Olympics, huh? Okay. I thought we're talking Olympics.
Y'all
Jeez.
still want me to answer this? Am I supposed to get back to this? How do we even get back to this? We're going to be physical with him, man. I don't know.
Okay.
Real physical, huh?
All right. Thank you, Austin. We really appreciate the breakdown. We needed that.
Hey, you look good, man. You look good. You lost weight? It's all that WWE, or is it a little bit of Ozempic?
Whoa. I don't do the semaglutide just yet, but I will get into it at some point. I'm on other science.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly science. Not Ozempic, though. We do have a potential Ozempic person in the building, and
point him out.
He looks amazing.
Yes.
It works.
Let me see him.
Hammer Dahn.
Look at you raise your hand in pride.
Dude, he's high school Dahn again.
Yeah, that's science, Austin.
Pure Ozempic cowboy just in the cut. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Well, it's semaglutide, please.
Life changing.
Have a little respect.
There's a difference.
Life changing.
He looks.
You're damn right.
He had to get a whole new. He went straight back to high school tone, wardrobe change, whole thing. He's living his
I like the
best
salmon color on him. He's doing solid. You look good, man. All of you guys are doing well.
Thanks,
By the way, I'm building a studio. I'm building a studio soon, so Wi-Fi will not be an issue. So I got a little studio I'm building in the back of my house. Premium Wi-Fi, Patty. Premium. We're gonna have no more issues.
You're gonna become a musician. What's the studio for?
My media stuff, Pat. If you must know.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Make sure the camera works.
Well, that's the whole point of me saying it.
Okay.
Me building a studio.
We're committing to this. I don't really think we got a hope. We got a chance this time. But you're good. You are
got
good.
a chance.
Where are you in California? You're in California?
No, I'm in Florida.
You don't have to explain. South Florida?
Yes.
Hot as hell all the time? Like right now, is it just
It's
unbearable?
right now. It's miserable. It's miserable down here.
You stay there year round?
Well, the plan is in the future I want to spend my winters here and my summers up north. But right now, yeah, it's like 365 in Florida.
As a person who has thought about, because I grew up in Pittsburgh, went to school in West Virginia, now I live in Indiana. It gets cold, windy, miserable in all those places for an extended period of time. So I've always been like, I want to do Florida. I want to move to warm weather, Arizona.
It's the best in the winter.
But like the misery that we talk about during when the no sun time here in the Midwest is what they talk about. Like summer is just like unbearable.
It's brutal. I mean, Miami is not as bad because you have the breeze with the water. If you get down to like Orlando-ish, where I spent a lot of time as well, which is Tampa, dope cities, but it gets really, really hot down there, man. It can get just
like you can't even go outside, right? Like you can't even go outside.
As soon as you walk outside, you just start sweating. I mean, you leak right away, immediately.
And then like Arizona is awesome.
Dry.
That's probably where I want to
That's dry air.
Yeah, but it gets like 120. They have
like
the
the
dry air
tiles.
is still hot as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go to the pool sometimes because the tiles are so damn hot outside the pool.
But you don't think about that ever because we're like, man, it's cold and this sucks. It's like the opposite is also.
Mhm.
You see,
That exists.
The opposite is also not fantastic.
Are you in Indianapolis most of the year?
Yeah, all year, full time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You know, my brother went to IU, man, so I know a little bit about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's an interesting city.
Bloomington is certainly an interesting place. A lot of good down there.
I went to some restaurant in like this farm to table restaurant. It's like 45 minutes outside of Indianapolis.
Oh yeah.
I will say this: it was unbelievable.
Farm to table, baby. That's what you get.
Yeah, that's what we do here. This is the Midwest.
But yeah, they slaughtered the pork chicken like an hour before I ate it. It was
Poor
nuts.
chicken. That chicken lived a good life.
He did.
That chicken actually died of old age. What you're talking about, slaughter.
You're the one that slaughtered
That
it.
thing died of old age.
Yeah.
Right there. Just fell
You're
over.
You're the one over here talking about other guys' packages and whatever else.
I know that was you, brother. That was you, brother. That's that Florida heat hitting the brain. Yeah.
No, I would never. Ever. All
right, so we're
Joel
winning.
Embiid, absolute peace. End quote. That was not said by
You
Austin.
just said it. That was you. Quote unquote Austin Rivers.
Right there.
Boom, yeah.
That's what you tried to say
What
at the
the
beginning.
hell? Yep.
And then you said it again. Look, this is every time you come on here, you just do.
Hopefully, no one clips that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
You
will.
love it, though.
I don't think anybody
You
will.
love it.
I enjoy Austin
on.
Rivers on this particular program. How do you do other places? Are you this Austin Rivers? What do you do on the other shows?
No, I get this just for you guys. This loose talk. I'm very corporate when I get.
Come on, why?
other
Narc.
programs.
Come on, why? Don't be a suit.
I don't know if I could be a coach or a GM one day talking about players' packages. Yeah,
You did it all day today.
Yeah,
You did it all day today. 10 times.
That ship is sailed now.
Gone, brother. That studio better be good. You're going to be in it for a long time. Long time. All right, so we're winning the gold. We're beating France. The women are going to win
day.
gold, right?
Yeah, they just won the semi. They beat the fuck out of Australia.
Okay, congrats to us. That's awesome. Way to go, women. And then you're going to play in a 3-on-3 with your son, Caden, in L.A. We're going to win all basketball.
Sounds like a plan, man. I'm
All
with
right.
it.
Have a great offseason. You're not working until
Hey, man.
basketball? What are you doing?
No, just doing media stuff. I just got my podcast. Hey, you guys need to call me on more. I'd love to get on.
What's your
I always have a
podcast?
great
What's
time
your
when I'm on.
podcast? What's your podcast?
The
name?
Off Guard. I'm on the Off Guard. I'm with the Ringer, Bill Simmons.
Oh, nice. Bill has said a lot of great things about me, so I can't wait to really promote that. That should be awesome. But obviously, Trailblazer in the sports media game. Obviously, Off Guard is a great podcast, we assume. Cannot wait to listen to it. We will support the hell out of you because you show up for us literally anytime we ask. We appreciate you. You're the man.
All day. All day. I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, 11-year NBA
Appreciate you
vet
guys.
has an interesting way of describing things happening on a basketball court.
A little odd.
Talking too much wood, maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Rivers.
I mean, light in the Spanx. What else were you supposed to think?
I think he said pants.
He did say light in the pants.
Same thing.
Tights. Light in the tights, we thought. Whatever the case, every time he comes on, it's awesome.
He's great.
Legitimately. He's one of my favorite people that comes
He's the
on
best.
the show.
For sure. The man.
Just every single time. You have no idea what's. And why does his focus thing.
Doesn't make
Why is it the worst out of anybody in America?
I don't know.
Legitimately.
No
when I was
idea.
on the back of that bus, I feel like I was more focused for a longer period of time.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Than whenever because he'll be 15 seconds, 8K.
Yep.
And then boom, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Gives me a
Makes no
headache.
sense.
Is it the necklace?
The Caden.
Yeah, the cadence.
Each individual letter.
Because that was like crystal
looked
clear.
cool. That looked very cool.
It
That
did.
was sweet. And it's like off center. Like it's 3 letters, but instead of having it split, there's like 4 on the left, 2 on the right.
I do wonder if that's
If that's just an adjustment thing or
sometimes
style.
somebody feeling cool.
Yeah.
He will
Like
for
flip,
sure.
Flipping a hat up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news out of the NFL. The New England Patriots have released
Juju Smith-Schuster. Boom! Boom! Yeah! I mean, not yeah.
Whoa,
but
geez.
not yeah. I just.
That's Boston Connor, New England Patriots fan.
yeah, because I guessed it right.
Okay, did not know that was happening. Obviously, that news just broke, so Connor was just guessing on who was potentially being released. Juju Smith-Schuster and the New England Patriots certainly have not really worked well. Obviously, the New England Patriots on the offensive side have been a question mark for the last few years, most definitely last year, going into this year. Juju won a Super Bowl with Kansas City Chiefs. Never forget that. With the Pittsburgh Steelers, was incredibly productive. Where will he find a home next? Will he continue to play? We shall keep an ear to the ground on the Juju Smith-Schuster. Whenever he was number 2 wide receiver with the Pittsburgh Steelers, fantastic. Whenever he was in relief for the Kansas City Chiefs, fantastic. There is certainly going to be a team that would love to have a Juju Smith-Schuster on them if he wants to. I guess that is kind of the entire conversation. But the Juju New England era has ended.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense to keep him just because of the rookies we drafted. And I personally was surprised when the first unit went out there, and even when Drake went out there and Jalen Polk wasn't playing, the second-round pick we got from Washington this year, who's a rookie who's been unbelievable all training camp. So this just makes sense as far as, hey, if we're investing in our rookie wide receivers, especially with the whole Ayuk situation and that being a reason, like, hey, we don't have to think about Ayuk. We can just go all in on our rookies. Like, this was kind of inevitable. And they also did split into 2 groups during training camp last week with some receivers and quarterbacks on one side of the field, being Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, Kendrick Bourne, KJ Osborne, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, the rookie, wide receivers, and then the other group being Bailey Zappi, Joe Milton. Juju Smith-Schuster was with that group, not the ones and twos.
Writing was on a wall.
Yeah, this felt inevitable. Also, saves out a lot of cap. He was like our 4th or 5th highest player.
So this was seemingly inevitable. I assume Juju knew that as well. Hopefully, fresh start for Juju. Good luck out there, Juju.
Yeah. Look, go back to KC.
Guess we don't have to trade for Ayuk anymore.
Yeah.
Juju's going back to Pittsburgh.
There you go.
No.
Bring the bees home.
Juju Pitt Schuster. That's what they're saying.
Yep. Nobody said that.
Yeah.
Torrey played his best.
But that is true.
Won a Super Bowl, though, with Kansas City Chiefs. So they'll take another weapon if they could. All right, as we wrap up on this glorious day, because we've got to go celebrate Foxy.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Happy for you, Foxy.
Baby Foxy.
Zito, you're doing a great job back there, pal. You're doing a great job back there, Zito. Zito's running the 1s and 2s. Got Gumpy running Zito's position, which is obviously active, with the hands and chatting. Good work for a ship painter, pal. Turn on the mic.
Thank you, brother.
There it is.
Yep.
You did great, Gump.
Thank you, boys.
Everybody in back, good work. Let's head one more time to Hammer. Tone, I need inside scoops on all the preseason games that are potentially happening this weekend, and I need one last Olympic updates before we head into the greatest weekend of all time and celebrate the shit out of Evan Fox.
I got to start with the Olympic update because there is a human being that is just absolutely taking over the internet today. We've been blessed. Our timelines have been blessed. B-girl Raygun, she's from Australia. She's a 36-year-old breakdancer. Just do yourself a favor and search B-girl Raygun in Twitter, or just Raygun, or just Australian breakdancer. There she is.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think today might have been the first time that she breakdanced.
No way.
Tone, this is the Olympics.
No, I know.
Hey, there's got to be some B-boys in Australia that you're telling me, did she even do the...
Yeah.
She did.
You have to start with that.
Right? Don't you gotta?
She started with the kangaroo hop, which I did think was
Australia
clever.
musicality.
Great vocabulary.
Boing, boing was the song. Boing.
And then the internet said she busted out a lot of moves that no one's ever seen before.
Wow. Vocabulary.
She's like Simone Biles doing her own thing.
Oh, so this is a fugazi. Australia said we don't have breakdancing. They're like, every single nightclub in Australia has to have somebody in there breakdancing. Even better, we got B-girl. Send her out there. Send B-girl out there. Can we find a video of this?
B-girl Raygun. Yeah, there's been a few.
I have not seen the video.
No.
But if we could see some of this from the way you're describing it, I cannot wait. Because we've all been kind of intrigued by this breaking being an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Because we believe this potentially sets precedent for other artistic forms to be added. Rap battle.
Absolutely.
If breakdancing is allowed as a sport at the Olympics, which, once again, a lot of hard work, technicalities, we get it. But if that's getting added in there, why not rap battles?
Why not?
Why not a singing contest?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Why not, you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to get into
a cello off.
Guitar.
Yeah, people are going to say, the Olympic Games are for sports and stuff like that. Well, depends on how you treat it.
Yeah, that's right. Who are you to define sports?
Yeah, because B-girl Raygun, she said, I'm doing the sports whenever she said, I'm going to go breakdancing this thing. I think we found a video on the internet. Let's go. This is our first time with us.
Stop.
That's sick.
The roll to the folding chair,
Dude.
The can opener.
Oh my God.
Get the fuck out of here. What song is this? Gangnam Style?
Gangnam Style.
There's a
All right.
there's a 45-second one out there. You guys gotta see. You gotta.
Gotta get 2 gumps. Let's find a 45-second one, please. We gotta see more.
Yeah.
This
Let me see
breaking
the whole routine.
maybe my new favorite sport.
Yeah, it's the best.
I just said it in.
I did not know there was going to be fish flop as one of the moves.
That was a good move.
Fish on the boat flop. Felt like a couple of those in there.
Catch me tonight at Foxy's wedding.
I'm doing Olympic breakdance.
Yeah.
How about the back roll, but not straight over top, one to the side.
Yeah.
Don't want to hurt the neck.
It can't hurt the neck.
We got people sliding on their head in this thing. She got over the shoulder. The breakdancing community is so pissed about this.
Oh, God.
What is
This is a prank. It's got to be a fantasy football league
Yeah,
loser
it
or
has
something.
to be.
There were a lot of people
That's a
on the
good move.
internet commenting that this is a classic 5-year-old nephew situation, saying, "Watch what I can do."
Dude, this has.
That
Yes!
was good.
Yes!
That's
it
hard.
is.
Good head spin.
She sees others do something like this. All right.
No
I
way.
can't watch any more of them.
No way. They just picked the girl with the coolest name.
B-girl Raygun.
We got a girl with the last name fucking Raygun.
B-girl?
Get her out there now.
Hey, congrats on being an Olympian.
Yeah.
She was on one of them boats down the Seine.
She was. Maybe. Unless they picked her out of the crowd.
What if she's part of... Anybody from Australia? Need you.
You ever danced before?
Need you to watch what's going on. Just try to do some of the shit. Can't be that bad.
You got TikTok on your phone?
It's you got a lot of creative freedom in here. They'll be judging on it all. Just do whatever you got to do. Okay,
That was
you got.
awesome.
I see her moving her legs like this. How about her?
Get her the gold. What if she wins gold?
I need a jersey.
I mean, who said that that's not art? Oh, Heart or Australia. Or Australia. Yeah, I think that's the Australia.
Boom. Boom.
She's doing a kangaroo. That was the
Yeah.
kangaroo
Yep.
for Australia. Holy shit.
Wow.
I'm happy breaking is in the Olympics.
Me
all
too.
of a sudden.
Me too. Raygun stole the show.
All right, any other Olympic updates other than B-girl Raygun time?
There's a lot of track coming up this afternoon, which the U.S. is involved in pretty much all of it, as you would expect. We are 1 back in women's golf. Rose Zhang is 1 back. Nelly Korda is 4 back. Final round will be tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon, USA versus Brazil soccer final. So that's awesome. And then Spencer Lee has not wrestled yet, I don't believe. I haven't seen him come up yet, so we're still waiting on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we are good on the Olympics. Yeah.
All right, preseason games. We got the starters, obviously, in 4
Correct.
of them. We should be excited about that. But there's other games where starting quarterbacks are playing for one team, but not playing for the other team.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is going versus the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is not going to go. He obviously didn't practice yesterday because of the rain, and I think it's a smart move, to be honest. Jordan Love will play versus the Browns. Deshaun Watson will not go in that. Jameis Winston will be your starting quarterback there. Joe Burrow is going to go against the Bucks, but Baker Mayfield will not be going for the Bucks. You'll get Kyle Trask as a starter in that one. Tonight, you're going to get Fields versus Stroud. And
because Fields isn't the starter? Is that why we didn't put the S on that one?
correct.
Got it, because
Russ
Fields
is
is
still
technically-
pole position.
Wow.
Got it.
So that's where we're going with that one. But no, there's a lot going on this weekend. The Raiders Vikings game, I was looking at that one because those still are like, now Sam Darnold's technically started right now, but the Raiders, they don't know who their starting quarterback's going to be, and the Vikings, they don't either. So that one's actually got some actual stipulations as far as how they play, I believe. But no, there's some interesting stuff out there this weekend.
Can't wait to watch. We appreciate the hell out of you. Good week from Hammer. Dahn. Tone, you did great.
Oh, and I would be a hater if I didn't mention how good the Ravens are in the preseason. They had won 24 straight. They hadn't lost since 2015 until last season when they lost on a last-second kick, 29-28 to the Commanders. But the Ravens go tonight against the Eagles. I don't believe Jalen Hurts is going, and I know Lamar Jackson is not going.
To your point about the Ravens, we have an entire graphic about them winning like 24 out of the last 26 games or something. Now, the 2 that they've lost are the last 2 preseason games they had last year. So is this a new trend? Is this a new Baltimore Ravens preseason team? Or do they go back to their normally dominant and easy to bet on preseason game? This is the Baltimore Ravens. Have a couple stats here. D-Bone looked up, pulled up. This used to be their time. Since August 11, 2016, the Ravens have been virtually unbeatable. 24-game win streak in the span. Ravens then lost the last 2 games of last preseason against the Commanders by 1 and the Bucks By 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Close games. Ravens are always going to play hard. Tough team because they got they play a physical style. So your team's going to have to show up with a lunch pail if they want to figure it out. Will the Ravens be able to get another one this evening and get back into 25 out of the last 27 preseason?
Harbaugh is 44-14 in preseason games.
Damn.
Good luck out there, Eagles.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Might be screwed.
Favorite.
Tomlin's on an 18-4 run for the Steelers, so the AFC North knows how to play some preseason ball.
Oh, nobody really talks about Steelers because the Ravens steal the conversation. Tomlin wins in preseason as well, huh?
Yeah, 18-4 run. What is it? 16-5-1 ATS.
Whoa.
Good to know.
Okay.
Taking on D'Amico though, and the Texans. We don't really know.
With their starters, and then and it's their. I like betting on teams that it's their second game coming off the Hall of Fame game.
They looked good.
Yeah.
Texans,
they did.
Both teams looked good in the Hall of Fame game. Last night looked like crap.
Total crap.
Last night was total crap, which we think was the weather. So this weekend will be better. All right, thank you, Tone.
Thank you, boys.
Oh, U.S. women's team, soccer team.
Yeah, tomorrow.
At noon.
Tomorrow noon versus Brazil.
Let's go win that.
Here we go. Yeah.
I like this team.
Oh yeah.
They got a lot of moxie.
Yeah.
And they fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they come back and they're pumped about being back.
Sophia.
Rodman and Smith. No, Sophia's.
Rose Lavelle.
Trinity Rodman.
Yep.
And they were just on the Today Show yesterday.
Yeah.
They gave themselves a nickname.
Triple shot.
Yeah,
espresso.
triple shot espresso.
Yeah, they are awesome to watch. They got good energy. Also, number 10, blonde-haired girl. She's our captain. She runs that shit. She is She was good for our women's team starting like last year. I think I started to see her come on the field, and she immediately upon getting on the field was like, "Oh, that's the next one.
The future.
That is the next one." And then you add this trio up top. It's like, here we go. We got a
team.
We're back.
Uh-huh.
Got to beat Brazil.
Whole new era.
Need it.
Got to beat Brazil for the good of America.
Started off right.
Yeah, we need it. We need it. Great work this week, boys. Really
Good work.
Hell yeah, you too.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go celebrate the shit out of Evan Fox.
Let's do it.
Start of the week was his birthday. Happy birthday, Evan.
Happy birthday, Foxy.
End of the week with a nice wedding reception. Wedding and reception.
Right.
Yes.
Reception.
We seen the moonwalk?
I don't know if we're going to see it then. I got to work. That's an in-house, in-mirror thing.
Sure.
And then bring it out to the public.
Yeah, when it's ready.
You can tell when people aren't prepared. You know, always got to be prepared. B-girl Raygun.
Yeah, bingo.
She never watched herself one time in a mirror do anything she did. She's just going to go freestyle.
Great moxie.
And we appreciate the pizzazz.
Yeah.
We need her for an interview if we can.
Yes.
Because maybe she's too good at breaking. We don't understand. That's the next iteration.
Yep.
What she's doing.
And there are a lot of rounds here, so she might be saving her bag, her vocab for.
Yeah, this is qualifying for swim.
Yeah,
when you're just
later.
trying to get in.
Makes sense. Just want to feel the pool, feel the stage.
I'm only going to do one fish flop.
Yeah. Don't need to show the next
Iteration.
Yeah.
She goes from fish flop into headstand.
Yeah.
And then she does the whirly bird.
Yep, spins around.
Spinneroonie.
Cool ghetto.
She did do the Booker T spinneroonie.
She did.
At one time I saw. She just didn't drop the. All right. Thank you all for watching. Let's address it.
Okay.
Last night, we got to see for the first time this Hawkeye technology take on the first down thing for the football world. Hawkeye technology from tennis. Where they have a laser thing and then a sensor thing, and then you get the most accurate results, and you can challenge it, but what Hawkeye says goes, because once again, there's a sensor in the ball, they got lasers all over the place, they're the most accurate and most efficient.
Yes.
What happened last night cannot happen. Hey, Hawkeye, this is going to be an easy come, easy go situation. If you're going to take 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
40.
No, it's 3:40 this whole video.
Okay, excuse me.
3:30 was the entirety of, let's go to the Hawkeye technology. Now we wait.
Oof.
3 minutes and 30 seconds is an eternity.
Can't do that.
And you got these 90-year-olds with these chains. Obviously, they would come bopping out, fall all over themselves. The chain would be discombobulated. There would be a judgment on whether or not the stick was perfectly perpendicular to the ground or if it was leaning a little bit and that whole thing. 45 seconds most, and people would be like, get these fuckers off the field. What are we here for? This is taking forever. 3 minutes and 30 seconds it took for this Hawkeye technology in the Lions-Giants game to say that the ball came up short, and then he put a picture of it up on the scoreboard, and by the time they put the picture up on the scoreboard, everybody in the crowd was like, what the fuck are we doing? We're supposed to be 6 plays down. And I was like, no, brand new technology. Everybody looked at the scoreboard, and it was a ball, and then there was a little green space, and there was the first down marker, and everybody went,
It doesn't help that it was a solid foot short.
Not even close.
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Not even close. And then Dan Campbell actually goes, okay, sweet. And then looks away. Can't be making the game longer by introducing technology. And I do fear that 3 minutes and 30 seconds later, that popped up on the Jumbotron.
Short.
It's short, guys. It's short, you know. You waited for it. You got it. It is short. This can't happen. And we're assuming first time utilizing it, us seeing it. It was very rainy, even though there's going to be conditions and things. Can't be slowing the game down that much. The purpose of technology is to expedite the game and make it more accurate. And if they treat this like they treated the challenging of the pass interference, where it's basically a waste of time to even use it, so they can get it out of the game and then they can go back to what the old school shit was, I don't like that. It feels like a laser and a sensor could be good for describing a touchdown or a first down, especially in massive moments. But 3 minutes and 30 seconds per time is going to be an immediate outrage. People are not going to like it. It's going to get kicked out. Let's give it some hope. Let's give it some patience. But also, if it does that, let's give it hell. Yeah, because that cannot be taking place.
Well, the whole thing with like tennis too is when they go to the tennis Hawkeye technology, it is 5 seconds. Like basically immediately after the point, they show it on the Jumbotron, they show the shot trajectory, and they show it out or in. Like it's immediate. Like that's the only way something like this will work is as soon as that guy goes down and the refs take a look just from their eye, like, I'm not sure. They can just say, hey, let's go to the big board. And then right away, you can see that ball with how far away it is. Because like Bruce said, that's not even close. And that was, you should be able to tell that that's a fourth down either way.
And the ref had it right.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other thing that the ref's going to say. Like, yeah, just like I fucking, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then at what point is the ball, in possession with the receiver? Because that was like a hit, tackle, fall back type thing. And normally, refs' eyes will give them whenever the ball touches their chest. And then the drive back doesn't count. We're giving it to them there.
Yeah.
Are they able to find out when the ball is secured by this sensor?
Yeah, I think it was bobbled a bit, so that was why I was back there. So it wasn't really a Hawkeye situation.
Yeah, and are they mixing the Hawkeye with video with it? Like, how much of it is, and how are we doing 3 minutes and 30 seconds?
Do you think it has anything to do with the newer the stadium, better the technology?
I mean, there's a chance that, like, service and satellites and signal and everything will help, I would assume. But with how many people, too? Like,
well, and even then,
are they going to cross swords with service? Like, you go to a stadium, you're getting no service for anything. Now, you would assume, obviously, it's going to be an isolated network that these are going to be on and everything like that. But what if it's not?
Also, did it take a minute to find the guy? Like, whoa, shit, where's the Hawkeye guy? This is our first time needing to do this.
Well, new stadiums too. It's like, oh, okay, well, hey, if this was SoFi, like, man, this Hawkeye would be much quicker. But we're playing in MetLife today, so this is just how it is.
Yeah, I
like
could see MetLife having the worst Hawkeye in the league.
God, you would think that would be mandated.
Yeah, that has to be immediate. And it can't be.
I had so much hope for this Hawkeye.
I know. Well, we'll see how it is this weekend.
3:30, dude. I ain't got time.
Oh, no.
I ain't got time.
I'm not watching that game anymore.
But who knows? We might get one this weekend where it works like instantaneously, like Connor was saying. Like it's short. Let's go to the Hawkeye. Okay. Yep. Actually, it was a first down. Here we go.
Yeah, you're right. There's a chance that's what it is.
There's a chance.
Well, how come the first one wasn't? All the practice, the offseason, what happened? Did it glitch? What if it glitches? What if it freezes? What if there's a...
They're not prepared for any
a loading
kind of
screen.
Stuff.
What if there's a loading screen?
Yep.
Figure it out.
What if it's like super and obviously wrong at one point?
Yeah, then conspiracy fodder is really going to heat up. Mm-hmm. Where's the Hawkeye technology from? Do we know?
Not sure. Because the only sports that we know of it, right, is VAR and tennis.
Yeah. For the Hawkeye. Too strong.
Ooh.
It was found in England.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great. Oh, great, because with soccer, the longer the wait, the better, so everybody can get a breather.
Exactly.
Well,
we were told by a fella named Grella, who's currently in Italy, living his best life, absolute grazie to him. That, when the flopping and diving happens, that's also like, hey, let's take a breather here. Let's take a breather. The ref is always the ref wants a breather as well.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing each other a favor whenever that's taking place. We, as non-soccer people, go, look, you're flopping around. Just get up.
Yeah.
Get up. But the soccer community is like, hey,
stay down.
You can stay down for
Need a couple.
roll. 10 more. 10 more rolls.
Some water.
It's 100 degrees out here. It's really hot. Yeah. So is this Hawkeye technology like, hey, take a breather? Everybody take a break. Anybody
don't need a
Can't have that.
What if anybody's soaking in the moment? Hey, remember you're at a game.
Yeah.
What if
Drink it in.
What if the Hawkeye technology puts up like a toast? Everybody raise your glass while we try to figure out the Hawkeye toast.
That'd be neat.
You're out and you're living.
Yep, maybe some Jeopardy music.
You're having a good time. 3:30 of Jeopardy music is a long time.
No thanks.
That's a long time. For the Hawkeye!
I didn't know we got this from England.
For the Hawkeye! No, I just heard we got it from town.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You just got to drop back, sit in the pocket.
There it is.
And then throw that thing in the fucking hole. In the hole. For the good of football.
Oh. Damn.
Hey, it's going to be a great preseason weekend if this ball falls. This one.
I mean, Fields tonight. Come on. Gonna run wild, brother.
If this goes in, Fields runs wild. And then we got a full Russell Wilson conversation on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
fuck.
This
The dude. Yeah.
It's NFL. All right. Looks like games are going to be shit, boys.
Yep.
Let's enjoy them, though. Let's watch some shitty football.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what it's all about. All right. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. Remember, we're just 15 days away from college football starting in Ireland, in Dublin. We'll be there on the Friday before the Georgia Tech Florida State game live from Dublin, Ireland. We cannot wait to enjoy the rest of the season with all of you. God, I'm getting zeked up.
Oh, yeah. Close.
Belichick on Monday. Can't wait for that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's going to be awesome.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three. Oh, hold on. Tone, will you come over here, please?
On my way.
Will you get out of house arrest?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was really liking that, though.
Tone.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's here.
That baby Tone.
I thought he was at home.
Let's see. Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.